Oh my gosh. I'm living my best life, you guys, and I'm just trying to keep you guys in the loop. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard about this or not, but we're gonna get right into it. I'm feeding my 3 baby lambs here. They're bottle-fed lambs. And then I'll give you an update on Abigail. Some of you guys have been around here for a while and you saw Abigail, get bottle-fed and raised up. And I got some good news about Abigail. Come on over here now. You're gonna hit the camera. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is basically what's going on with the Amish. All right, I don't know if you guys are paying attention or not, but politically things are kind of heating up in America. Okay, and there's going to be a showdown, and it's going to be rural America versus the city folk. Okay, I don't know how this is all going to go, but what I can tell you is that there's little glimmers of hope. Okay, like one, did you guys know that there was a rancher that was suing the EPA, okay, because they were saying that he couldn't, collect water or do what he wants with his water or do what he wants on his property, because they were saying that his water, is under their control, the federal control, okay? And basically what happened in that case was, for 13 years he fought it, and he actually won. So the Supreme Court has now laid a precedent on all water for our homesteads, okay, that if it doesn't connect to a major tributary, a major thoroughfare, like, pretty close, a continuous flow of water is something else they said, then, they have no jurisdiction over it. And we still have our private property rights. I'm not sure if you guys heard about part 2 of this thing here, is that the Amish are now registering to vote. Okay, now I've been living with the Amish for 15 years. I live just like they do for the last 15 years. We grow 90% of our own food. We have a garden. We have meat. We heat and cook with wood. We live with no public utilities, and only up till a year ago we got solar power, which really doesn't do much but turn on some lights, run a modem. So it's no big deal. Plus a refrigerator. That was our major win on solar, was the refrigerator. Amish are actually going out right now and actively registering to vote. Is that some good news or what? I want you guys to pay attention to this clip right here.
One of the things I thought, it's fascinating when I follow your Twitter feed and otherwise, I'm watching you, speaking to the Amish. Can you talk more about them specifically? I guess they don't historically vote, although religious liberty is probably a big tenet, yes, of their belief system. And
I can tell you, Amos Miller, that name is going to be familiar to a lot of people, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster is pretty much the Amish hub. It's kind of the middle of the state, southeast Pennsylvania, that the Amish community is predominantly in. And his dairy farm was raided by the police in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And so when we're talking about people being attacked by our government, the Amish community, and especially religious freedom, the forced vaccinations, because in their community, they have basically like a 0.1% autism. They basically have no autism in the Amish community. And their dairy farms are under attack. Raw milk is under attack. Small businesses are under attack. So basically every way of Amish living is under attack by the Democrats and their tyrannical and dictatorial mandates. And so what I'm doing is, when I was at the gun show in Harrisburg, which is like an hour and a half from Lancaster, so there were a lot of Amish vendors there. There were a lot of young kids there in the Amish community, 17, 18. One of the days that we were there for like 8 days. 1 out of every 5 voters we registered were Amish. And that shows me that this messaging is working by simply showing up in the communities. And I want to give a shout out to Ryan Sexton, he goes to the Green Dragon Farmers Market in Lancaster, and he'll be at other farmers markets. That's where the Amish are. And him being out there, he's been able to register Amish. And I hear there's a protest coming up soon on behalf of Amos Miller in Lancaster. And there's going to be an expected 1,000 people there. Well, guess what? We're going to be there to register voters and to talk to the Amish. So we have to show up, and we have to court the vote.
Yeah, by the way, get me those details. I did something on this show, that was a couple weeks ago, where the FBI is, they're not rating the people that, they were on the list. He was a suspect. We just didn't do anything about it. But they're raiding an Amish farm for serving raw milk, selling it to their own community. sorry, I get that it's not milk that's jacked up with every hormone that's, doing whatever it is to our children and creating the insanity that we see, but it's despicable. I mean, those are the people that they're targeting, right? Whether it's, an Amish farmer, whether it's a practicing Catholic, whether it's a concerned mother at a school board, not like the sleeper cells that are invading our country on a daily basis. Those we got to give them a chance to get it done. He was known to us, said about literally every mass shooter in the country. So they're watching him, but they're not willing to do anything. But they are willing to knock down the doors of a pastor or, again, an Amish farmer, or to enforce some pretty draconian insanity right now.
Yeah, they'll call us terrorists while they let in or they intercept 150 people at the border that were on the FBI watch tier list. And in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which is not a border state, by the way, where we had an illegal alien
who killed
his lover and then escaped from prison and was on the loose in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. So this is a very real problem that affects all 50 states. Now, it's not just Pennsylvania, Ohio. Did you know that there are Amish in New York and Virginia and Wisconsin? And this is something that can affect that entire Midwestern region. You have the budget and the busy beaver, and we have letters to the editor. So if you're listening right now and you're in PA, I also please encourage you to write a letter to the editor, because as Don Jr. just said, they're not going to be texting and they're not going to be on social media. So we have to diversify the way that we reach out to voters with our messages. Of our multi-pronged approaches, including the truckers, that we're going to have, for example, tailgating at truck stops, tailgating at rest stops, having a QR code that says something to the effect of, truck the vote or truck for Trump or whatever, where people can simply go on and register at vote.gov. And, it's about building all of these coalitions, because we have 7 months. It's not a lot of time in order to win this November.
Listen, that's pretty good news, because, like I said, I've been up here 15 years living with the Amish elbow to elbow, and they don't really get into politics. They don't really get into voting. So that I'm seeing as a major shift in what's going on, okay? And even folks in our area here are registering to vote, and it seems like the Amish community is going to get off the sidelines on this one and participate in voting for a president who might, respect their rights to grow food and live the rural life, right? All right, now I'm going to give you guys an update on Abigail. Come on, let's check it out. Here's Abigail. There's Abigail right there. You can always tell Abigail because she's got this little tear on her ear right there. She got hung up in a fence or something when she was a baby. So you could always tell Abigail because of that right there. Where's your baby? Huh? Where's your baby? Everyone wants to see your baby. Now that one right there, that's Abigail's baby right there. That's the newest baby on the place. It's only a couple weeks old. And he's looking for his mama right now. Where's your mama? Huh? Where's your mama? Where's your mama? Huh? Who knows? Maybe the Amish can save America. And they're eating some alfalfa hay too, right? So if you guys are going to have some livestock on the homestead, you want to have some high quality hay so they can put on the milk, because all of those ewes are feeding their lambs. And it takes a little extra boost to make that milk all the time. Can't just survive just off some kind of pasture hay, All right, that's what I got for you guys today. If you found this video interesting, share it with your friends. Let them know the Amish just might save America, okay? And if you guys aren't subscribed to our channel, maybe give it a subscribe. Check out our older videos and share us with your friends, okay? And we can all get through this together. We just have to stay vigilant and stay focused.
Did you guys know that in the 16, 17, and 1800s, chocolate was consumed as a beverage? There was no such thing as a chocolate candy bar. Well, we're bringing chocolate tea back to the 21st century because it's loaded with antioxidants our body loves, and it's a great source of magnesium that's wonderful for bone and heart health. It's a great addition to your coffee machine or your French press, or just along with your favorite sweetener. You can find it on offgridwithdougandstacy.com, along with our brand new tea infuser, simple to use for easy steeping. Cheers!